Hello all, welcome to Global Offensive Hacker Associate Community and welcome to Malware Analysis and Reverse Engineering program. So in this hacking episode we are going to learn about GDB. So last time we have seen many tools reverse engineering tool like Gidra, we have seen X32DBG, we have seen how to use PowerShell, how to configure the lab setup using a PowerShell, and many tools we have installed using the scripts and lot of things we have done in the past. Now today I'm going to focus on the Linux side, how we can use a GDB, we can say debugger. So we'll see today how to analyze the Linux binary using a GDB. So how we can use it. So what we can do is let me first create a program for you. So I'm going to write a program on the C language. Example, let's say harsha.c. When you press enter, so you can see clearly in my case this is the include studio.h int main and then print f hello hacker associate and then return 0. This is a program for today analysis part. So I'll show you how we can use a GDB in a proper manner. What are the commands, how we can use it, and then the second part we are going to learn about the script, the Python script, and then how we can set up this script, and then how we can go into analysis using this particular thing. So what we can do is, let me just type here harsha.c. Here I have a file. Let me remove first. So we can start with the fresh one. So remove harsha.c. Okay, fine. Now what I can do is I can simple create a program using a sublime harsha.c. Right now you can see nothing is available. Let me just create a new one, new file, and I can simple write hash include. You can simply use stdioh studio.h, and then you can simply just type int main, and here you can simply use printf function, I'm going to use hello Harshad, something like that, and the new line, and then termination, and then we are going to return, so return 0 and then termination. That's how we can write the code. We'll check everything, then simple file, save it. So this is file what we are going to save is called as an harsha.c. And I'm going to save on my desktop, save it here. That's how we can write a program. Now let's analyze this particular program using a GDB. So simple close it everything. Now we have here the file. You can simply use cat command and then harsha.c. So it's in my desktop, so let me go to the cd desktop and then ls. Here's the file. Now you can simply use cat command harsha.c. So this is actually the program which I'm going to analyze using a GDB. So how we can do that? So what you can do, first you can give the permission chmod plus x harsha.c, and once this part is done you can simply go to here GDB, and then you can move to this harsha. So when you try this particular command, it will not work, so we have to compile it first, so using a GCC compiler. So you can type GCC and then this is the command, enter. So you can see right now the Harshad came here, and now we can use GDB Harshad. So when you press enter, so now you can see the GDB is running now. Let me control L to clear the screen. So if you don't know anything about GDB, how to use it, you can simply just type help command, and here you can see the list of commands are available, like aliases, alias of other commands, breakpoints like making program stop at certain points, data, examining data, files means specifying and examining the files, internals means maintenance commands, then we have running stack and many more available in your monitor. So you can just check it using a help command what are the other options we have here. Now if you want to run the program, you can simply type here run. So you can clearly see the program is running and it is printing hello Harshad. This is all I have written in the program. Very basic, very easy part, because I want you to understand the fundamental of GDB first. So once you hit the run command, you can see it is running. Now you can simply just type disassembly main function, okay, just like that. So disassemble main actually. So this is okay, like let me just write disassemble main. So you can clearly see these are details. So we have here like percentage R BP, and then these are the instructions we can see. Now I want to change okay this part. So how we can do that? So everything here okay, only things we have to just type set command and then set this assembly minus flavor FLAVOR Intel. That's how we can set it out. Now again you can simply just type this assembly, and then we have a directly we can go ahead for the main. So again here okay, typo error. So simple disassemble main. Okay, one you can simple, I'm just going to try with this sm. Okay, main, let's see the output. Okay, this is not working. So what you can do, you can simply use this assembly, or we can say disassemble main. So these are the instruction again, okay, able to see. So you can see the difference between these two instructions. One is this and second okay is this. This is a percentage, and here okay like without this. Okay, this is how we can check it out. Now you want to set a breakpoint, so you can simply just set a breakpoint using a break command, break main. Okay, that's how you can set the breakpoint. So example, when you simple just type here break main, press enter. Now you can see the breakpoint at number 1, and let me just type okay command called list. So what are the available list? So right now okay you can see I'm on here the first one, first line. Let me try list 1 comma 5. So in init first.c, okay, and just type okay info breakpoints, enter. So right now you can see okay like here the keep y means okay like my breakpoint is set here. Okay, this is the meaning. This is the env flag. When you set y, it means it is set. You want to clear it, you can simply just type clear and 1. Okay, this is how you can set. It means you can clear the breakpoint. Now you want to go to the next instruction, you can simply just type next I. The program is not being run, so let me just type run, and you can simply go to the here next I, next instruction, which is 140. So if you can check okay like the instruction right now we are here 140, before we were here 139. Now what I can do is I can simply just type next, again next instruction. That's how you can go, and now you can see 145. That's how again you're going to analyze okay this particular binaries. Okay, you can simple go to the next instruction. If you remember okay like x32dbg or reverse engineering Ghidra tool, okay like this how okay we're going to analyze it, right? Push ebp function, then okay we are moving esp to ebp, and then okay like some local variable subtraction, addition, lot of thing is going on, right? This time okay we are handling everything okay using a linux for terminal, using a gdb. This is how you can go into analyze the particular thing. And if you need information about register, you can simply just type info space registers, press enter. So now you can see clearly the information about the register. That's how it is. Okay, and if you need any help, you can simply just type help. So we'll have everything here as I mentioned to you. Now you want to okay like check okay like what function you have used. So you can use okay like backtrace. So let me check this command is available or not here. Here it is available. So you can see like last we have used this function main. That's how okay you can use a gdb. Now I'm going to give you the alternative of this. Okay, like in a better way, if you want to analyze this, what's the other alternative we can use? Okay, if you don't want to use gdb, so what I can do is okay you can simple move to python dbg. So we can say that okay like we have to set up the script first, and then okay we can move to that section. So what I can do is I can simple first exit it, control c, control z, it is done. I'm going to the document folder where okay my all mere files are available here. So document, first cd, and then document, and then ls. Let me check where the mere files here, and then ls, and here okay is called as a mere pwn dbg. Okay, this script okay like we require first. So without this script okay this will not work. So what you can do is okay you can download this script okay from my cloud account, and this script by the way you can simple run it okay using the bash command, bash mere pwn.sh, this one. Okay, so once you run this script okay like then okay just wait for 5 to 10 minutes, automatically set up for you. Okay, Just run it, okay, everything will set up, and after that, okay, it will create a folder, name this mayor. So cd, then simple mayor, pw and dbg, and when you set it this particular part, simple go to the ls and go to the folder pw and dbg. So this is set now. There's no need to do any other thing. So you can see we have a setup.sh. So there's no need to set anything because whenever you run my script, automatically it will set up for you. So simple use it, okay, directly. So how we can use this thing, okay? So what you can do is you can simple go complete with the root part, and then you can create an empty file, name is called vim gdb init. So when you press enter, you can clearly see right now, okay, this is a source, this is a location, okay, of my folder mayor pw and dbg. You can clearly see this is a location. Again, I'm going to show you, okay, like if you open a new terminal, you can simply go to the document folder and then mayor files ls. You can see mayor, this is the location I'm talking about. So you can see this location, right? So you can compare this location and you can compare this location. It's exactly the same. After that, okay, right now, okay, like let me open a new mode, one more terminal, new terminal. For example, just type gdb. When I type this command, example, let's say Harshad we have, right? You can see right now, okay, looking like this. So now the gdb shell is coming. But now what I can do is, okay, like when I just, okay, remove this comment section, press I and remove the comment section. This means the hash section from this section. And then you can simple wq exclamation part and then press enter. Now what you can do is, okay, in this case, where is the file, okay, like I have, okay, 1 minute, I have to go to the desktop, okay, that's why it's not running, because my path is, okay, different and I am, okay, hitting these commands. So what you can do is simple again gdb, okay, Harshad, fantastic. Now you can simple, okay, like you can reading symbol from Harshad and then no debugging symbol found in Harshad, fine, no problem, you can simple run it. So it is running, hello Harshad, okay. Now what we can do is you can set the breakpoint main, just type next instruction, or we can say next instruction I. Program is being to run here first, okay, now you can see it is running. So when I zoom little bit this part, you can clearly see now we have a beautiful like presentation here, right? So when you check it, okay, this part you can see we have breakpoint at number 1 and this is the location, and you can see the main function, and when you check, okay, this is the push part, okay, this is the location. This you can see clearly we have a EBP part, okay, then we have a RBP, then here we have a push, okay, then this SM, the main, and generally if you can check this part, okay, like you will see first part is register, second part is disassembler, third is the stack, and the fourth one, okay, is the backtrace. Okay, as I mentioned, to backtrace means whatever the function you use in the past, the complete, okay, information, okay, like the backtrace will provide you. So after that, what we can do is you can simple, okay, like check everything whatever you want to analyze, okay, everything you can go one by one the instruction, and you can see clearly this is the set here, okay. If you can check again, right now you can check here, right, this instruction here, these arrows here, the play button. Now you can see, for example, say next I. So right now, okay, you can see the next I will be this is instruction, right? Same way you can simple just type, okay, next I. See now we are here 145, that's how it is. Okay, now you can simply just type info space register. These are all register information, right? That's how it is. That's how you can check it out. Example, let's I will type, okay, x by x, let's call the register dollar in a hex. That example, let's say RAX. So okay, then we type, okay, RDX example, nothing. Then we use, okay, like RCX. So now we can see clearly we have the information regarding to this. This X means, okay, representation, hexadecimal representation. The S is for string, F is for float, okay, that's how, okay, you can check it out. Simple just type, okay, like help, let me check X. So okay, here, so when you just type this command help X, and you can clearly see this is called binary, T for binary, F for float, A for address, I for instruction, C for character, S for string, and many more. That's how, okay, you can analyze, okay, like the binary in Linux. So whatever the like program, okay, you're going to analyze, okay, simple, okay, you can use GDB, or you can use, okay, like PW and DBG. You can combine this tool and together you're going to analyze. That's how, okay, we can work with the GDB and PW and DBG. I hope this video is informative for you. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day ahead. See you in the next episode.